Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Kocher. Despite the recent heavy rain, New Hampshire is dry or in drought conditions, and that comes from the New Hampshire Department of Environmental Services that says streams, lakes, and wells are showing the drought effect and wildfire risk is up. Take a look at this map of New Hampshire. U.S. Drought Monitor map. Three colors on this map tell the New Hampshire drought story. Yellow color in the North Country, abnormally dry. Beige color, mid-state and southwest New Hampshire, moderate drought. Brown color, mid-state and southeast New Hampshire, severe drought. With me in the studio to brief us on drought in New Hampshire is the individual who keeps track of drought at the New Hampshire Department of Environmental Services, Ted Diers, Assistant Director of the Water Division. Welcome, Ted. Nice to have you here.
Thanks, Fred. Great to be here.
Let's walk through the things that you are reporting, and let's go to that first graphic. And 80, 90, or 95%, and you know, with the rain we've had, it's hard to believe it's 95%, but there it is, of New Hampshire is dry or in drought conditions. The seacoast area is showing signs of deepening drought, and the drought is easing in the upper Connecticut River Valley and the North Country. Ted, how much is the rain that we just had affecting all of that?
Well, Fred, obviously when you get 3 inches of rain, it helps.
Yep.
We went into the winter with a pretty severe drought last fall, if folks remember.
Oh, yeah.
That drought went into hibernation for the winter.
Yep.
And then we came out of it into a very dry period, even though we had decent snow this winter.
Mm-hmm.
And so where we are today is that we kind of came out of snow melt in a drought. The little bits of rain that we're having now, it seems like a lot to us just because we haven't had a lot of rain.
Right.
But this is kind of normal. And so stream flows have gone up significantly over the last week because of the rains.
Right.
But if you look today, you'll see that those streams are all kind of going down pretty quickly. But the good thing is right now is that rain helped fill our lakes.
Well, let's go to the graphic that shows lakes, streams, and wells. The lakes, some yet to achieve full lake level. The streams, flows in central New Hampshire and eastward are below normal. At least they were at the point below that rain. The wells, about half in the state, are in groundwater, the monitoring network. They're below normal, and the wildfire risk is high. Talk about each of those in turn, Ted, the lakes.
Yeah, absolutely. So this certainly the rains help fill some of the lakes. Winnipesaukee right now, in fact, running a little high. But there's really no rain in the forecast for the next 10 days. So as we head into boating season, we're going to see those levels come down. But in general, again, and this maybe we get to streams next. We saw the streams go up, they're coming down. The reason is because the ground has been so dry for so long that it's taking a lot of water to penetrate into the ground. And this is why we also see low levels in our wells. Even though we, again, came out of the spring, we have a lot of wells, especially in the southern part of the state, showing some signs.
And as he told me, rain is not as frequent.
This is the other thing that we see. And there was an interesting study came out of Dartmouth this week, but looking at we're getting more precipitation on an annual basis, but in fewer events, which means that each of those events is very strong. So because they're spread out, we have the potential for drought in between.
Wells, a lot of dry wells in New Hampshire.
Yeah, this last year we tracked well over 200 dry wells in our dry well reporting system.
Yep.
People can still, if they're still having problems, please put your data into that system. But that showed, and that's probably the tip of the iceberg. We think that there were well over 1,000 wells that went dry last year. And that, again, some of those continue to have problems.
And wildfire risk up.
Certainly this rain's helped with the wildfire, and certainly leafing up of the system will help. But yeah, there's a lot of, again, remember that those soil conditions were so dry that we still have that, always have that risk. And so please, if you're having a fire, get a permit, check in with your fire chief.
And so here are the responses that, municipalities are going to have to restrict water at some point this summer. And you also have an emergency drought assistance program launched in January that provides financial assistance to low-income homeowners whose drinking water wells are irreversibly impacted. I understand that has gone dry, speaking of dry, because it was used so much.
Yes. Yeah, we did. We expended the dollars that we had, but we encourage people continue to report on our dry well reporting form so that we can keep track, and if dollars became available, we could make them available to folks.
Ted Diers, Assistant Director of the Water Division at the Department of Environmental Services. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fred.
Yeah, good to have you here. If you missed part of Ted's briefing, you can go to WMUR.com where it will be posted all this week.